What's up, meatbags? It is the Chicano Stanley, the chosen one of CG, and today we got a good one for you. We're going to be talking about the Matt Bahr lawsuit. Now, if you watched the live stream from last night from 8/26/2024, you've already seen our reactions. You've seen the lawsuit. You had it discussed in detail. However, I know that was a pretty long discussion, so I'm going to go over it in quicker fashion here in this little video, and then I will link that live stream at the end of this video. So if you want to go see our initial reactions and all the shenanigans we got up to reading this, you can go ahead and check that out. And I will also put a link in the comment section to this document in case you want to read it for yourself. Now, before we get into it, let me remind you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, share this with your friends. All right, let's get to it. See, we're not going to read this. We're just going to give you the highlights. I'm going to give you the highlights. I'm going to give you all the juicy details. Now, Matt Bahr, head wound himself, he was suing this man, OVP Mughelli, and the OVP Mughelli Foundation. He is an ex-NFL player who decided he wanted to give back to the environment. One of his kids was having breathing issues. This sparked his interest in environmentalism and how he wanted to save the planet. So we came up with an idea for a superhero that was a environmental protector. He ends up going to the UN. They have discussions about creating this comic book. After that, he ends up meeting Matt Bahr, and they come to a agreement. Matt Bahr would draw the comic. He would help writing it. I'm assuming the writing would be the scripting of the comic, as Ovie is obviously not a comic book writer. Maybe Matt helped with the dialogue. There's not a lot of details as to who wrote what or how much. But they come to this agreement, payment, X amount of money for the pre-production, X amount of money per page. And Matt, being the generous man that he is, he decided he was going to give Ovie a discount on his fees. But he was going to require a 5% royalty on every comic book sold. Of course, Ovie loved this deal, and they went ahead and, they signed this contract. Now, this is where the fun comes in, because, see, Ovie only printed up 1,500 comic books. That's right, 1,500 comic books of Gridiron Green were created. Matt Bahr and Ovie then went to 2 Comic-Cons, and they were going to sell these comics for $10 each. However, Ovie decided that he was going to give away the comic books. 970 comic books were given away to children for free, which means Matt Bahr got $0. 5% of 0 is 0. So Matt Bahr got nothing. The remaining 530 comics, 500 of them did get sold. So Matt Bahr was owed $250. 30 of them remained unsold. Now, my assumption is that Matt assumed, since the UN was involved in some capacity, that this was going to be a sanctioned thing, and that it was going to go out to like schools and probably like the Boy Scouts and stuff. Like all these things we're going to buy. The school system was going to buy tons of copies. 100,000 copies to give out to all the students. For the good of the environment, so they could learn all the message at this comic, which sounds great. But that's not what happened. And I don't think that's what Ovie's plan was. I think Ovie's plan was just to get himself a pat on the back, to get on a couple of talk shows and stuff, to spread his awareness and to build up his foundation. So Matt gets paid $180. So he's owed $70 now. Ovie, for whatever reason, didn't pay him the remaining $70, but they did try to renegotiate a contract for future issues. In the original contract, if Matt Bahr was not involved in future issues, he would still get a 15% royalty on those sales. Again, no future issues were made, so 15% of 0 is 0. That's right, Matt Bahr got $0 from that future sales. So they did not come to an agreement as to future issues. They both went their separate ways. As I said, Matt Bahr was still owed $70. So eventually Matt decides in 2020 he's going to sue Ovie for these $70. But not just for the $70. He also wanted to get his attorney fees paid. He wanted injunctive relief, which means he wanted Ovie to stop selling the comics, stop doing anything with the comics. Now, after all the facts came out in this case, Matt Bahr claiming that Ovie didn't do his due diligence. He didn't do everything he could to sell the comic. He wasn't looking for profit. Matt Bahr was under the assumption that this was a for-profit venture. Ovie saying no, it was a for-charity venture, that he was not looking to make money. He was looking to just spread awareness. The judge, looking at the contract, says, sorry, Matt, you are wrong. Matt Bahr was told through this case that basically you entered into an agreement that you no longer like, a bad contract, but no one twisted your arm. And so just because you don't like the terms now, there's nothing the court can do to change the contract that you signed. So Matt Bahr is locked into the contract. Now, what does that contract say? Well, the contract says that Ovie, he is co-creator, co-writer. Matt Bahr is co-creator, co-writer, and he gets his name on all things involving the Gridiron Green name, logo, character, and all that stuff. However, Ovie gets the copyright for the character, the name. He gets the story, the premise. Everything about Gridiron Green belongs to Ovie because Matt Bahr was considered a work for hire, a contractor. He's not considered owner of the Gridiron Green name. Now, Matt Bahr was given ownership of all things Matt Bahr created until fully paid. Contract specified that Matt Bahr would retain ownership of all the things that he created until he was paid. Now, this was settled for $70, and Matt Bahr got his $70. Therefore, Ovie is the 100% owner of Gridiron Green. Matt Bahr has no claim to anything. Not the logo, not the name, not the idea, not the story, not the premise. Nothing. Matt Bahr gets nothing. And it gets better because this case wasn't settled until 2023, which means Matt Bahr spent 3 years paying lawyers, going to court, fighting this, to be told that he's wrong, that he is an idiot, and that all he gets is $70. He didn't even get attorney fees. Matt Bahr had to pay his own attorney fees. He didn't get injunctive relief. He didn't get any damages other than the $70 owed to him. 3 years of court, 3 years of litigation, 3 years of head wound activity for $70. Womp womp. Man, sad day. So, in conclusion, Matt Bahr enters a bad contract, gets screwed as Ovie just gives away a whole bunch of comics for free. And what can Matt do? Nothing. Just sit in the cuck chair and take it. Like I said, links to the document, links to the stream will be in the comment section because I put it in the description. YouTube don't like that. Once again, reminding you to like the video, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because we're always going to do fun things like this. Until next time, love, peace, booty grease. We out this bitch.